Good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to all present here. We all have gathered here today to attend this workshop based on banking as a career. Today, we have Mr. Pawan Shah, Deputy Vice President, Commercial Finance, Tata Capital Financial Services Limited. He is a seasoned banker with approximately 16 years of experience across various domains of banking. He started his career as a management trainee with HDFC Bank, then pursued MBA from IBS Hyderabad. Post MBA, he was in Treasury Department in ICICI Bank. He then joined the corporate finance team of Kotak and managed multiple states and large corporates. He is currently heading the southern region of Tata Capital Commercial Finance Emerging Markets Group. I heartily welcome you, sir, for today's session. Please enlighten our students with your knowledge. Over to you, sir.
Thanks, Sheetal. Thanks for the warm introduction. So, my only request to all present here, banking as a career opportunity is the topic that we would be discussing. I would want to hear from few of you on your understanding of what banking means to you. Would anybody take an initiative to maybe share what your understanding is on banking, what a bank does? See, until and unless this session is interactive, I believe one side preaching of information may not take more than 20 minutes for me to complete. Until and unless I hear you out and understand what is your perspective of banking, it'll help me maybe take more extra time to explain and clarify your understanding. Would anyone want to take a lead? Yeah, Mogasti.
Your account.
What is banking? What is a bank? What all can a bank do?
Managing accounts.
Protecting
Okay.
your money, sir.
Protecting your money, very good.
Providing credit.
So how many of you, I'm sure all of us on the call would have visited a bank, right? We would have done any one transaction with a bank. So what all we do when we go to the bank? One, as somebody said, it manages our money. So we go deposit money.
Sir, getting loans.
Yeah, we borrow money. Right. So bank takes money, bank lends money. What else? What do we do with
money, sir?
I'm sorry?
It multiples.
Yeah, so it works as an investment channel, right? We put 10 rupees, we save our money and it grows, right? It grows your money. So it's an investment, right? So anything else that comes to your mind?
Sir,
Anything else?
The transaction, sir.
I'm sorry, your voice is not clear. Could you please repeat?
Transaction, sir.
Okay. What kind of transactions? Could you maybe elaborate?
For business or from account and account.
Okay. So if I'm buying, I run a company, I have an account with say X bank. I want to pay my suppliers or pay my creditors. I do a transaction, right? When I buy something, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. With this base, I'll go to the brief definition of banking. So this is what a bank does. It accepts for the purpose of lending. What does it accept? Money, right? It accepts money from general public like us.
Deposits from the customers and lend money to the.
Yes. Perfect. So that is a definition, basic definition. Now there is a particular period for which we deposit, right? So there is these are basically deposits accepted or loans given by the bank to their borrowers by way of investments of deposit of money from public, which we saw, like FDs, your saving account deposits, your mutual fund investments, all these are repayable on demand. So if I open a FD, I do it for a fixed tenor, say 6 months, 12 months, 3 years, 5 years. On the maturity of that particular period, I'll have to repay that money to my investor, who basically are the people who have come and deposited money into my bank, right? Why vis-a-vis, when I extend a loan, I also have some contractual or I say that this loan is for 2 years. So assuming I take a vehicle loan, I would say this vehicle loan is for 3 years. You will have to pay me this loan in 3 years, right? So there is a time frame fixed for both sides, for accepting money and for lending money. Now these monies which I have deposited with the bank, I have options of withdrawing that. Mechanism of withdrawal is by way of a check, DD. Now when you go for your admissions, maybe you would have taken a DD from a bank. Wherever your parents are holding an account, you might have gone and taken a DD, right? Somebody said transactions. So those transactions could be electronic by way of an RTGS NEFT, or also by a manual transfer through a check. So that is the basic business of money, accepting deposits, lending money. It has many financial intermediaries. We will go in the next slides to understand that. Now in India, there are different types of banks. Who regulates a bank?
RBI.
RBI, correct. The Reserve Bank of India. Now, under the regulations of Reserve Bank of India, there are mainly 3 types of banks. There are few more which I will maybe discuss as and when I progress. So commercial banks. So a bank like HDFC, ICICI, Kotak, these are all what type of banks? Commercial. So why they are called commercial banks?
So for your users.
Okay, one, it is okay. So the idea is they are in the business to make profits, right? If I take 100 rupees from you and give you a 5% rate, FD rate or interest rate on your deposits, I have to use that money and lend it more than 5% or less than 5%.
More than 5%, sir.
Only then I'll make my profit, right?
Yeah, sir.
So I borrow. When I deposit, I get 6%. When I lend at maybe 9, 10, 11%.
9, 10 or something.
Yeah, yes. So that difference is my profit, which I will use for meeting my expenses. I will also have employees, right? I have to pay their salaries, all that.
Yes, sir.
So commercial banks typically are banks which are set up for the retail and the corporate businesses with an intention to make profits. Now, under commercial banks, there are private banks, there are nationalized banks. Examples of private banks I also mentioned, like HDFC, Kotak, ICICI, Axis, IndusInd, they are all private sector banks.
Private bank.
Which are nationalized banks?
Yes.
Yeah, SBI. Why they are nationalized? Why they are called nationalized? What is the definition of a nationalized bank?
Because
Krish, I think you tried speaking but couldn't hear. Maybe you're in a bad network zone. Yeah, why are these banks, SBI, Bank of Baroda, called nationalized banks? Anyone, come on.
sir, they are owned by the government.
Very good, very good. The ownership or the management control of these banks are by government, the central government, right? Hence, they are nationalized banks. Moving to cooperative banks, any guesses? Have you ever seen a board of a cooperative bank, or any examples, names that you could give of cooperative banks?
So there will be a public person and the government together working for it.
Nice thought process, but that is not the fact. No issues. Good try. What are cooperative banks? So these banks don't make profits, cooperative banks? Take a wild guess. You could be wrong. No issues. Please feel free to tell whatever comes to your mind. It could be wrong. It is good, but speak.
Sir, providing loan at low interest.
Very good. One reason. Yes. So the intent of these banks is?
So Sir,
to
to
make
join the
profits.
villages.
Very good, very good. That was a bang right answer.
Village rural people.
Yeah. So now banks like ICICI, Kotak, can they go to a smaller town, maybe a tier 3, tier 4, where there, where there is not enough amount of public deposits that they can raise, neither they can lend. So it is viable. It is not viable for a commercial bank to operate in very remote areas, right? Where normally today people go to a pawnbroker to pledge their assets and take money in small places. Yeah, Kandavati Garanga, you say, right? Those places, these cooperative banks come into picture. So idea is to make profits, but not higher margins. One gentleman very clearly said lending at low interest rates. 1% said it is in the agricultural communities. So the idea of these banks is typically to cater and bring remote areas into financial inclusion. They also have presences in metros. You would have seen a lot of cooperative bank boards in Chennai also. Idea
Yes,
is
sir.
that is the source from where they get their deposits. But extension of those deposits as loans happens in remote locations. Clear? Now moving to development banks. What are these development banks? I have given some examples if you have heard of Exim Bank. What are development banks?
They provide credit for growing of industries or business.
So that even commercial bank does, no? Commercial bank also gives loans to companies, businesses.
Sir, for our
They will
career,
support-
sir,
Sorry,
for our upcoming careers.
upcoming careers
Sir, providing long-term finance.
that even commercial banks do.
They will support the business through our and also help the persons to come up with new plans, projects like that.
So you've heard of developed countries, developing countries? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
How? Why is US a developed nation and why India is a developing nation?
Sir, USA economic growth is high, sir.
Okay. Why that economic growth is coming? From where is that coming?
So because of a per capita income is more.
Okay, very good. I think you guys are scholars in economics. Good. Yeah, one reason per capita income is better. Then,
And
so what is a developed nation? Is it only about businesses, or is
Sir,
it
the
about the,
economical and the healthy growth of the country.
yeah? How is that happening? Maybe because of the infrastructure of that nation, right?
Yes, sir.
yes,
Today
sir.
maybe we have bullet trains coming to India in last few years. But if you see a China or a US, where these bullet trains available much before India,
No, sir.
US had these before India, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So it is also important for a company, for a nation's growth to have their infrastructure developed, right? So typically these development banks like the World Bank, Exim, industrial banks, I will give you examples, agricultural banks also, I will come to that. So these basically focus on long-term projects of a country, okay, where they finance the government or their contractors for creating that infrastructure. Now you travel through highways, right? You travel through a lot of irrigational developments happening. All those projects, bigger projects, not 5 crore, 10 crore. It is at a nation level. So it is not particular to one company, or it is not pertaining to one city or state. It is to the nation.
Nation.
So such big, these goes in maybe lakh of crores. Okay. Those fundings come from these development banks. So they are their base is to develop a nation. Loans extended to develop the nation's growth. Right. So Exim is one of those. Industrial. Now you might have heard of SIDBI, Small Scale Industrial Development Bank Authority.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, SIDBI.
Yes, sir.
So those come for industrial growth, right? You must have heard of NABARD.
NABARD.
So that is an agricultural. They are not typically banks, but
So they are government banks, sir. NABARD.
yeah, it is managed by government. You're right.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so these basically support agricultural companies by giving them subsidies. So if they borrow from, so the borrowing could be from SBI. Okay, now SBI is given a rate of say 10% on a loan for a agricultural company. Now there could be some subsidies that that company can enjoy by applying to NABARD, and their rates, they get a refund rebate. The 10% rate becomes maybe 5%. 5% NABARD will pay as a subsidy. So we will not get into too much of development banks. We are not focusing on careers there, but yes, somebody who's good at economics, who's good at policies, maybe can explore their careers in these banks. I will mainly focus on commercial banks for today's discussion. Yeah, so we also discussed what all products, though we did not discuss it as a product. Somebody said savings, somebody said loans. So there are, what are the services a bank does? Retail banking. So your opening of savings account, putting a deposit, day-to-day activities, applying for a personal loan, applying for a credit card. All these are part of retail banking, right? Trade finance. Trade finance is nothing but a company needs money to purchase raw material, right?
Yes, sir.
And then when the company has manufactured using the raw materials, needs to sell those products to their customers,
To-
right?
So, yes,
Now, when they sell in bulk, their customers might ask them for a credit period, right? When I sell, I need to get
Yes, sir.
money, right? Today, when you go to
Yes,
a
sir.
kirana shop, you might be paying 10 rupees buying a chips packet, right? But the kirana
We should
shop,
have
when
some.
but when kirana shop would have purchased 100 packets of chips, he might have paid for that 100 packets of chips, or he might have asked the supplier of that 100 packets of chips for a credit. I will give you after 10 days, I will give you after 15 days, correct?
Yes, sir.
But when I go to a chips shop, kirana shop, and buy one packet of chips, I pay money and take it. He will not give me credit.
Yes, sir.
Until and unless you're regularly buying all your groceries from a known shop, he might give you 2 days credit, 5 days credit, 10 days credit,
Yes, sir.
right? So trade
Yes, sir.
finance is basically managing the financial requirements, the monetary requirements of any company, both on purchase side for purchases or for sales, right?
Yes.
Now, treasury is a very critical role, right? Now, why treasury is important? Any ideas? It is basically on taking deposits, lending that money. I'm giving you a hint. Treasury is managing acceptance of deposits and lending those deposits by way of loans to their customers, banks customers. So what is, this is the critical part. Okay, so you might have seen a lot of banks going bankrupt, right? If their
Yes, sir.
treasury management is not right, they will fall, they will make losses, and they will collapse. So any more inputs from your side on why treasury is critical for any bank? Okay, let me answer that. So I accept deposits, right? Now I will take 5 names, 5 of you on the call. Maybe I can see Kamesh, I can see Sashmita, I can see Kushveer. So 3 of you have 10 rupees. Okay, you go to a
Okay.
bank. Now Kamesh says, I have 10 rupees, I can put it in an FD for 2 months, right? Now
Yes, sir.
Sashmita says, I have 10 rupees, you put it for 6 months. I want to do an FD for 6 months, right?
Yes,
Kushveer
sir.
comes and says, I have money, same 10 rupees, I want to invest it for 12 months. So when does the bank have to pay you back? After 2 months,
After
after
2 months.
6 months, after 12 months each,
12 months.
right?
Yes, sir.
Now I have collected how much the bank has now? Bank
30.
has
30
30
rupees.
rupees, correct? Now 30 rupees, what will the bank do with this 30 rupees? Will go and
We'll go on the
give loans,
new loans. Yes, sir.
right? Now this
Yes.
30 rupees, I have to repay at different phases, right? 10 rupees I have to pay after 2 months, another 10 rupees with interest I have to pay on 6 months,
6 months and
another
12
10
months.
rupees. Yeah. So when I go and when customers now come to me for loan, same Kamesh comes to me, or maybe 3 different other people come to me and they say, I want 10 rupees for 5 months. Another customer comes and says, I need 10 rupees for 12 months. Another customer says, I need 10 rupees for 2 years. Right?
Yes, sir.
So there is a difference in the timelines for me to pay you and for the bank to collect from their customers, right?
Yes, sir.
So basically, Treasury manages this, managing the asset and liability at proper levels. If I have more money, now assuming there are two situations. I have 30 rupees from Kamesh, Sashmita and Khushveer, but I'm not able to lend. Can I pay interest to you guys? FD interest? Because I'm not earning. I've taken money from you, but I'm not able to lend. I will not be able to pay you interest, right? At the same
Yes, sir.
time, if I don't have 100 rupees with me, I have lent more than 100 rupees. Can I lend? So basically, it is a asset and liability match, right? So what
Yes.
company will do what the bank will do whenever their assets are more, whenever their liabilities are more than the assets. What is liabilities? Whatever they collect is liabilities. Whatever they give as loans is
Collect liability.
that is
Liability.
assets. No. I'll repeat. Whatever they collect from public is liability because they have to pay it back. No,
Yes, sir.
if Kamesh has given me 10 rupees, he will ask me the 10 rupees back. No.
Yes, sir.
So whatever I collect from people is liabilities. Whatever I lend to people is asset.
Asset.
Right. So
Yes.
whenever my liabilities are more, say I have 100 rupees from the depositors, but I have only lent 50 rupees. My interest payment is on entire 100 rupees. No, I have to pay interest to all the depositors. So what Treasury will do? They will use this balance 50 rupees and invest in debt funds, call money markets, or they might lend it to somebody, or they might invest that somewhere, right? So basically, the job of Treasury is to manage their liquidity positions, keep a balance, not make losses. That is, and this is the backbone of any financial institution. What is wholesale banking? It's a mix of all this. Wholesale banking are big corporates like Tata's, Birla's,
It,
all these companies, Ambani's, all these companies, they have day-to-day transactions, day-to-day investments, day-to-day borrowings, day-to-day hedging. I'm not getting into technicalities, but it is a full gamut of anything that somebody can do. Big loans,
they
borrowals,
have a bulk investment.
investments, and as well as borrowings.
Yes.
Just to go in detail on type of banks. Yeah, commercial banks comprising public sector banks, foreign banks, private sector banks are basically intermediaries. I don't want to get into this is just for academic purpose, not much to talk on careers here. Yeah, this we discussed what cooperative banks do. Now, what is an investment bank? What does an investment banker do?
So with our money, they invest in other companies.
Okay, right. So how do they do? So when you are investing your money or you're depositing your money in HDFC, do you ask HDFC or any bank wherever you're depositing? Do you ask the bank where you will keep my money?
No, sir.
No, right?
Yes, sir.
You are taking a safety, you are taking a assurance that this is a
Assurance.
reputed bank. This is a reputed bank. RBI is regulating the bank, so my money is safe in this bank, right? You
Yes,
don't
sir.
go and ask HDFC, where is my money? Where have you deposited my money or deployed my money, right?
Yeah, yes,
So
sir.
what HDFC will do, this is again part of the treasury, a subset of treasury, where they do lot of investmentary functions. This can be on both sides, investing money. So now, how many of you know mutual funds? How a mutual fund works?
So I have heard that word, but I don't know about it.
Okay. Anybody else would want to try what is mutual fund?
No, sir.
Okay. So what is it? It is basically a fund where retail investors like us, deposit smaller amounts, either monthly or a lump sum one-time investment. And there is a fund manager who manages that fund. He will do a research and distribute that money into investments in various sectors, into equity, into debt, into risky investments, into safe investments. Risky investments give you higher returns, safe investments give you lower returns. So they will mix and match everything, and day to day they will say that the fund position, say assuming they collected 1,000 crores, they will tell you this 1,000 crores divided by number of investors and units, say each unit might be 10 rupees face value, right? So they will say that yesterday, last year's investment at 10 rupees is today 12 rupees. That means what? You made a profit of 2 rupees for the year, which is 20% IRR, right? So these basically investment bankers are working for funds where a big large chunk of funds collected from retail investors like you, me, it could be as small as a 500 rupee investment by uh, a kid, not in his individual capacity though, because minors cannot invest through their guardians, to a 5 crore investment, 10 crore investment also from a corporate institute. Money comes in one pool and that gets invested in various investment products, right? So typically managing these funds are the roles of an investment banker. Now this is a very difficult role because you are answerable. If your fund doesn't perform well, next time nobody will invest, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, what are the career opportunities in banking? There are various places in a bank where somebody can look at a career. Retail banking. This is basically a branch setup. Now, when you go to a branch, you see what kind of employees? What is their role?
Sir, if you don't mind, can you repeat the question, sir?
Yeah. So when you visit a branch, you see bank employees working at the branch, right?
Yes, sir.
So what all they do? There is a cash counter. So what is the employee at the cash counter doing?
Mm,
They provide checks for the customers, accept deposits.
So they take money, they give money. If you give a check, they will, if it is a withdrawal check, they will give you money. So
Lend
basically,
money.
no lending money, no lending money. A guy sitting at a cash counter of a bank doesn't lend money. He only takes money if your account has, now assuming you go to a bank, you want to deposit 1,000 rupees in your account, you will fill a challan and give that 1,000 rupees along with the challan. The cashier will validate the information that you've given on the challan and check that that account is in the right name, and will give a credit of 1,000 rupees to that account. We'll deposit that 1,000 rupees in your account, yeah, by taking that cash.
yes,
Now
sir.
another person goes with a check and wants to withdraw 1 lakh rupees from his account. So the teller, the cashier will look into the account balance of that check and see whether 1 lakh is available for them to debit the account and give that money in cash to the person with the check. Basically, he will only take money from you, give money from you, give money to you, right? Other than that, what else you see? There are personal bankers, right? Who will manage your accounts. who will manage your accounts, who will sell you other retail products. Like, they will say, sir, buy a credit card from me, take a credit card from me.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
So there is a personal banker. There is a gold loan manager also, right? At a branch.
Gold
So
loan
I suggest
operations.
you should go. Yeah, you should go visit a branch, a big branch. Go to Mount Road. There are so many banks. Just visit, just observe, just spend 30 minutes there. See what what role the employees are playing at a branch. There are safe deposit lockers, right? So there is somebody who's managing the lockers there, right?
Yes, sir.
So there are many roles at a retail banking where you can become a personal banker, you can become a cashier, uh, you can become a wealth manager for retail customers investment. You can become an insurance manager. You can become a personal loan manager. You can become a home loan manager, right? So all these come under retail banking. When you move to corporate banking, what is corporate banking? Where the bank officials will only interact with mid or large corporates, right? For their day-to-day purposes. So now if say TVS, TVS wants to pay salaries to their employees, or TVS is hiring say 1,000 employees, or Tata Consultancy in Chennai is hiring 500 employees. Where will the company pay their salary? Company will ask these 500 people to open a corporate savings account with their banker, right? So if your parents are working for a company, your parents might be getting their salary in a particular bank, right? A salary account. So corporate bankers, you have both on liability side, on asset side. Am I clear, or is it getting confused? What is liability and what is asset? You'll have to understand to aspire a career in banking. So wherever I'm taking money is liability, wherever I'm giving money is asset. Giving my money to you, it is my asset. Taking your money and keeping it with me is my liability. Please register this. Otherwise, next few detailed discussions that we'll do will go out of your head. So basically, in corporate banking, you will have relationship managers who will manage relationships of big corporates. They will have some 20-30 corporates. They will manage their relationship for everything and everything. If corporate wants to invest, they will facilitate the investment. If the corporate wants loans, they will give loans. If the corporate wants to open some liability salary accounts for their staff, they will do all that. So basically, this is at a larger end for larger corporates. What is commercial banking? Now, this is for small enterprises, SME, MSME companies with small turnover, say 2 crore turnover, 3 crore turnover. They want to buy some equipment, giving loans for that. They want to construct a factory, giving loans for that. Their day-to-day transactions, somebody said transactions to pay to suppliers, to buy raw materials, all that comes for smaller companies. That is commercial banking. What is global banking? The word has it, global banking. Nobody wants to try? Okay, I think you guys are hungry. I'll complete my session faster. A global banking is nothing where a bank has presence or a tie-up with a foreign bank to cater to companies who have their operations in more than one country. Any one name where you can take any one company which you know has operations in more than one country?
Coca-Cola.
Okay. Okay, but I still don't buy that as okay. Any other? Let us talk about some Indian company. Origin is in India, but they have their presence across.
Yeah.
Sir, question, sir.
Yeah. So any company which you know, any name of a company which you know has operations, has business operations in more than one country.
Sir, Tata.
Tata, sir.
Okay. Yes. Tata. Any other?
Sony.
Okay. I suggest some Indian names here. Come on. India is a developing country.
Sir, Britannia.
No.
Britannia, Infosys,
Okay. Infosys, yes.
Bajaj, Hero, Micromax.
Okay. No.
Reliance.
Reliance to an Reliance, yes. So basically, a company having operations in more than one country is where they will require, because each country has its own currency, right?
Yes, sir.
What is the currency of Singapore? GK, come on. What is the currency of Singapore? Don't Google it, please. Yeah. Arnav, I think you raised your hand. You want to say? Chalo, I give you the liberty. Google it and tell me.
I think Euro.
Sir, I
Euro.
think they just call it a dollar.
Yes, it's called a Singapore dollar. Correct. You're right. Euro is for Europe.
Yes, sir.
What is for Japan?
So Japan yen.
Yen, sir.
Okay. The cheapest of the currencies today. It's much lower than the value of an Indian currency. Okay. So basically, a company which has transactions in more than one currency will require a global banking, right? Because I pay in India as rupees, it has to get converted. If I have to make a payment to Europe, I need my bank to have their presence there, or my bank to have a tie-up with another foreign bank for me to get that money converted into a particular currency of that origin and make payments, right? So basically, managing your global transactions is global banking. What is private banking? Now, this is subset of retail banking only. Private banking is retail banking only. But what is private banking? The words has it, private.
So it is not controlled by government by taking private.
No. This is not a type of a bank. This is
It's like a personal banking thing where one person is for a single person.
okay. Continue. Can you give me an example?
Private banking is a general description for banking investment and other financial service provided by banks. Sir.
Okay. Are you reading it from somewhere? Good that you did that. But I want someone to tell me their understanding. What is a
Like,
private bank? Just try.
so like stocks, something like that, sir, where we bank ourselves without the help of any private company.
Okay. Have you guys heard of HNI?
No, sir.
No, sir.
HNI, high net worth individuals. Okay. So there are a lot of people who are very rich, right?
Yes,
sir.
Right. They have enough money. They will not come like us to deposit 10,000 rupees, 1 lakh rupees, right? They will talk in crores.
Yes, sir.
So there is a dedicated RM or dedicated services for such high net worth individuals for their day-to-day banking transactions or investments. That is part of the private banking business of any company or of any bank, right? They will have dedicated relationship managers who will do their transactions on a private assistance basis. So if I want to go, I want to collect a DD or make a DD, can I call one gentleman in the bank and say, come to my house, I want this DD, take this check, deposit it? Can I do it?
No, sir.
No,
I'll
sir.
have to go to the branch, go and go to the counter, fill the
And we should
challan.
deposit.
I'll do everything, right, myself. Private banking is more of luxury banking for individuals with high net worth. People who are very rich, no, are called HNIs. There is something who are very, very rich. They're ultra HNIs, ultra high net worth individuals. These basics, I think you should keep reading, guys. If you guys are interested in a career in banking, you should read about the sector.
Sir, any book recommendations for this, sir?
For what? For what? For understanding what?
The types of banking and the private banking.
There is no book here. See, whatever. So these are small definitions. If I have to, like, if you do now, I have given this commercial banking. If you go to Google and say commercial banking will give you a definition of what commercial banking, right? So there is no book for understanding this thing. You should maybe start reading financial newspapers. You're still at a very early stage. I don't expect you to understand all the jargons that a financial newspaper will carry, but the moment some new word comes to you, you should Google it.
Okay,
you should understand, or maybe ask your parents, or ask any of your mentors who can guide you in those jargons.
Yes, sir.
Moving ahead. Now, what are the courses one needs to do to get into a bank? Now, there are too many courses. Okay, I am only capturing the basic courses, which if I have to get onto the front end, maybe for a commercial banking or a corporate banking. You remember what commercial banking is, what corporate banking is, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what is commercial banking? Try.
Commercial banks are banks which work for people.
Boss, forget.
Operated by...
You're not listening to my question. I did not ask you what is a commercial bank. I'm asking you, in a bank, there is a division called commercial banking, right?
Yes, sir.
What does that department do? I explained in the previous slide, I explained what commercial banking does.
So which is a deposit for public?
Which accepts deposit from public and grant loans to the traders, individuals.
Yeah, smaller MSME, SME customers, they do their day-to-day transactions, give loans, equipment loans. That is all part of commercial banking, right? What is corporate banking?
Sir, corporate or corporate?
Corporate. I'll go to that slide. Yeah, the second one. What is corporate banking? There is a test, I was told, after this. So people, if you're not attentive, I think you will lose marks there.
Sir, corporate banking is something that works for big companies.
Very good. Okay, that basic understanding for time being is enough. Okay, what a corporate banking division of a, these are not types of banks, these are divisions in a bank. There is retail banking, which is basically the front end where we see when we go into the branch. That all is retail banking. When you come, when a corporate interacts with a bank and people in the bank offering services to a corporate, they are all part of the corporate banking team. Somebody who's doing offering services for small companies, say up to 300 crore turnovers, that is, or 400 crore turnovers. Any transaction or any service offered to such companies is managed by a commercial banking division of the company, of the bank. Global banking, I told you what global banking division will do. What private banking will do, we saw exclusive attention, exclusive priority given to HNI, ultra HNI. Investment banking, we already discussed, right? Taking money, creating a fund, investing that fund, managing that fund, creating profits from that fund and distributing that profits to the investors. That is a job of an investment banker. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So basically, understanding of finance is coming from various subjects. One is your financial assessment, basically accounts, understanding a profit and loss statement, balance sheet of a company. Second, you should know I need to sell, no? So for selling, I should know my skills should be good in marketing. So marketing as a subject, accounts as a subject, economics to an extent as a subject, business max as a subject, and legal, because there are a lot of regulations, no? So I should have some basic understanding of legal framework also. Now somebody wants to just say, no, I like selling, I like marketing, so I will do BBA finance. So basically, what is BBA? Bachelor of Business Administration. Okay. When you do BBA, it is basically a ground where they will teach you some basics of reading a financial statement, right? And they will also tell you how to sell, marketing, how to speak. All that is covered under BBA Finance. BSc Finance, a little more basically for graduates who have done engineering or people who have done the science group of studies in their +1, +2, but they now want to change their stream and get into finance. They will go into BSc Finance. BCom, complete number guy who wants to become, say, a finance guy completely in terms of maybe wanting to get into a treasury role where numbers is the only thing that I want to read, analyze. Maybe he will do a BCom and then MCom. MBA, holistic view. They will have both marketing, finance, HR, everything. CFA, FRM, these are professional courses for higher elevations in your career in banking. Like a chartered accountant, you might have had a course on maybe CA as a profession also, right?
Sir,
Or
my
you might,
ambition is CS, sir.
so ask her how much she has to study, how many hours he or she has to study a day, and how challenging these courses would be, the professional courses. So I have in this slide just covered the basics. What is the duration of the course? There are a lot of other courses which I will take up in the next slide, though I have not captured a separate slide for it. So basically, it is BBA, BSc, these are undergraduations. Technically, any commerce undergraduation or typically 3 years, not more than 3 years, like a medicine or a engineering. In 3 years, you're a graduate, and banks normally come to recruit people from these colleges. So I've given the jargons of all the acronyms of all the colleges. NMIMS basically is Narsi Monji, one of the reputed institutes based out of Mumbai, having various other branches. Specializes in careers for banking. Jain University I have given, Alliance University. Why I have given these? Over and above BBAs, they also have 6 to 12 months of private training for candidates in banks. So basically an internship, right? They have tie-ups with banks where banks will come and take people from the college, train them at the job for 12 months, and then they decide whether they need to be given a permanent job in the bank, or maybe they will be asked to move on and search for other opportunities. South, we have reputed names. Loyola is one of the reputed names. Christ University is one other reputed name from Bangalore. Any just glance through this. I'm not going into detailed explanation of this. In case you want any clarity here, I can pause for a while and take questions.
Sir, if you don't mind, can you tell about CS, sir?
Okay, so that was Kamesh who asked me.
Yes, sir, Kamesh.
So Kamesh, what is your current profession? I mean, what is you're a +2 student, or?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what subjects are you currently studying?
Sir, I can't understand what you're asking.
No, which class are you studying now?
9th, sir.
9. Okay. Okay. And what is your aspiration which subjects you want to choose in +1, +2?
I want to choose in business max, sir.
Business max. Okay. So, uh, Kamesh, when you do your business max in +1, +2, you will have basics of how to, like maybe in your smaller standards, you would have learned how to calculate cost price, selling price, profit. If two of them are given, how to find the other one, right? Basically,
Yes, sir.
business max will again take you to a little advanced level of how to calculate basic business for purpose of business, what all mathematic calculations we do, those will get captured in +1, +2. Post that, you parallelly will have to choose for a, if you want to do CA, I would suggest you should maybe pursue a BCom finance, get more. So currently you're not, maybe it is too early for me to explain all this and confuse you, but I will try my
Okay.
best to give you a simpler solution. So once you do learn basic max, there you will have a subject called accounts, right?
Yes, sir.
Where they will teach you how to create a trial balance, how to create a cash flow statement, how to balance a balance sheet, right? How to, so maybe if you were in a +1, +2, you would be able to appreciate what I'm telling. So once you
Okay,
learn the
sir.
basics in +1, +2, if you want to do the CA, please be very serious in two subjects in your +1, +2, which is accountancy and business max. If
Okay.
your scores are good, if your concept understanding in these two courses is good, then next stage would be go for a BCom. In BCom, understand financial statement analysis, where basically they will teach you how to analyze a company's financial information. Company's financial information comes through majorly two statements: profit and loss account and balance sheet, right? There are a lot
Okay,
of other things, but majorly these two.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Once you are comfortable with that, parallelly, maybe in your second year, start your CA intern, because more in the first two sessions of CA, you will have common subjects that you will be doing in BCom. So don't wait for starting your CA learning till you complete your undergraduation, which is BCom or BBA. I would suggest
Okay.
BCom, because
Yes.
BCom is more into finance and less into marketing and other allied subjects. So
Okay, sir.
maybe you should parallelly do, maybe after the first year of BCom, you should maybe then come to a counselor to guide you for how to progress on CA. Any other clarifications on the courses?
So thank you
Yeah.
for your advice.
So, hello.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes.
may I know what is CFA, FRM?
Which standard are you?
11th commerce, sir.
11th commerce.
Yes, sir.
So these are typically, so when I say CA, a professional qualified CA in India, so each country will have their own regulations, right? Financial guidelines and regulations, right?
Yes, sir.
So when what is the role of a CA? Maybe this question I can ask
Chartered
you.
accounts to audit the company accounts.
Right, they audit companies' accounts, right? Now, when they
Yes,
audit
sir.
companies' accounts, there are few guidelines, right? Basis which they audit, and there are few
Like
frameworks.
accounting standards, sir.
Very good, perfect. You're there. So
Yes, sir.
these accounting standards vary from one country to another country,
Yes, sir.
correct? So if you do a CFA, they typically train you for uh, understanding and certification of these financial audits of companies globally. So that is the difference between a CA and a CFA.
Okay, sir.
What is your career prospect? What you want to do after +2? You know that you've
CS,
taken a
sir.
commerce. Sorry,
I have decided to take CS, sir. Actually,
CS, company secretaryship.
CS, sir. Chartered accountancy.
So what you should do, Aditya, is also maybe look at CFA as an option. CFA is much tougher than CA. Uh, there are little detailed subjects that go beyond CA. CA is basically an
Sir,
extended
what
version.
is the difference between these both, sir?
As I explained, CA cannot go and audit companies in other countries. CFA has global certification for few countries where there are some financial statements which can be certified by them.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. I understand, sir.
So there are two different subjects, CA, CFA. Commonality is there. So maybe you can pursue that, but yes, it is challenging. Conversion ratio, success ratio of a CFA is maybe 10% in comparison to a CA success.
Yes, I understand, sir.
Yeah.
So I have a doubt.
Yeah.
So what would be the ideal course to be studying for investment banking?
So investment banking, I would say uh, there are a lot of diploma courses. Maybe IIM Lucknow, Liba, IIM Amrit, your Polycode. They have 12 month diploma courses, online courses on investment banking separately. But that will only give you an overview. So initially, if you want to start your career in investment banking, you might be selling liabilities of, retail investments gradually. So nobody. So today, if you see investment banker at a decision making role might have spent 30 years in the industry minimum. Okay. So starting your career into investment banking courses, maybe you can have these diploma courses. There are no graduation courses specifically for investment banking. You might visit Loyola because you're in Chennai. Visit Loyola. They do have uh, a separate office where they offer these online courses. Okay, material is provided, and I think weekly, twice they conduct classroom trainings on specific subjects like investment banking. But for you to start that as a career, and if you have aspired to become an investment banker, then you will have to maybe join a bank, be into wealth management, maybe retail, commercial, corporate, gradually. So as a fresher, I see that you might start with retail investment and understand there are a lot of other courses from NSE, and they have their office in this place, Radhakrishna Salai. You can Google. There are a lot of online courses on their website. Maybe, but you which class are you now in?
11th, sir.
And commerce is your subject.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe what you could do is once you complete your 12th standard, or when you are in the fag end, maybe you should concentrate for your board exams first. During your holidays, maybe visit AMFI's office and NSE's office, which are in Radhakrishna Salai. They have maybe you should get start with AMFI. AMFI will teach you on mutual fund investments, and there are a lot of security analysis courses that NSE offers online, and it's an online exam which you take at the center, which is in RK Salai. Uh, you don't have to pay any course fee; it is only an application fee. You can maybe collect those books. Books are available from them, and take your aspirations forward. So basic courses to start with on an investment banker, you should maybe be a AMFI certified. You might have to do some more NSE certifications because this is all of investment at a larger level.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, as you told, CFA is a professional course or degree course, sir.
It's a professional course.
So we can pursue it by completing 12th, or we should have a degree, formal degree.
Not required. You can start
Okay,
like
sir.
CA, like CA.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
But my advice, Aditya, would be
Yes,
see, if
sir.
you want to work, then a graduation is required. Though CA allows you not to, you a +2 student can start immediately for a CA. But see, it is a base, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is. I feel that 3 years of your graduation normally. Good that you guys are, and I think you guys should be thankful to VB Live also to, arrange these sessions on career at a very early age of your profession, academics. But I feel personally that today I might aspire for something, but 12th I will see my friends doing something, they will talk something, and I will then change. No, no, now I want to become this. So I suggest graduation is something which you should not avoid, though there are courses like CA which doesn't require a graduation. My strong gut feeling out of my experience is people get their clear professional ideas during that graduation. You will learn some subjects, new subjects. So pursue your graduation, and I think in by second year you will be clear on what path you need to take. Parallelly, you can start
Yes,
both.
sir. Thank
Yeah,
you,
sure,
sir.
sir.
Thank you for the advice, sir.
Yeah,
Sir,
yeah.
sir, most of the people tell that 12th syllabus and the CA portions might be covered at a stretch.
So see, there are two ways. Uh, After 12th, you can start your CA course, right?
Yes, sir.
Why they say that is because when you do BCom, the subjects that you will study in BCom, business law, business mathematics, accountancy, financial management, all these are also there in CA.
Yes, sir.
So if you're reading the same thing and getting two certifications parallelly, why would somebody not do it? So while doing a BCom, I can always start for CA also, because subjects are 70% same. Content is also same. Name of the
Okay.
subject is the 100% same. Even the content is same. 70%. You will learn more in CA. You will learn faster in a CA. Hence, people advise that when you start your UG, also start CA. It will help both ways. But it is again on individuals' capability to stretch. If you want to do CA, you want to clear CA in first go, you want to do your UG parallelly, then maybe 16, 17 hours of studies a day is required.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Sir, is BBM course is good, sir?
So BBA, I am a BBA myself. I have done my BBA from Loyola,
Sir,
and
sir,
then
BBM, sir.
yeah, there are different names. BBA, BBM subjects are same. Bachelor's of Business Administration, Bachelor's of Business Management. These are fancy course names that colleges give to attract, but otherwise both are one and the same. I
Okay, sir.
myself am a BBA graduate. But what is your where you want to work after doing BBA? What is your goal?
Sir, no goals, sir.
No goals. What you will do after BBA, BBA, BBM? Which industry, which sector you want to work, or maybe be an entrepreneur?
Earlier, I had to become a philanthropic entrepreneur.
Which standard are you in?
11th commerce, sir.
Okay. So your question was BBA, BBM. Both are same. Is it a good course? Yes, definitely it's a good course. It is a little easier compared to BCom, I would say, because not more of financial subjects, not more of this is more theoretical. BCom is more number driven and factual driven. BBA, you will learn marketing, which is a theory subject. You will learn economics, which to an extent is a theory subject. You will learn business law, which is again a theory subject. So more of theory, less of practical sessions, but it will make you a holistic person. If somebody wants to get into a CA, please do BCom. If you want to get BBA and then do MBA and keep options open in banking, HR, services, FMCG, then BBA is a good course. If somebody wants to get completely into numbers, then BCom and BCom will be a better option.
Sir, many of them telling that doing BBA is in university is better than doing in colleges, sir. Is that true, sir?
What difference will it make? I don't think it makes any difference. I would suggest you should do it from a reputed college, because see what happens is, I would maybe share my personal academics. I did my BBA from Loyola. Loyola has both morning, which is affiliated to the university, and they also have the self-finance autonomous syllabus, where the syllabus is decided by the college, right? So I chose to do it from the self-financing division of Loyola, where the subject content, course content is designed and prepared by the college officials. Then I took a 1 year work experience with HDFC, and then started while working for HDFC, I prepared for my CAT, XAT, cleared CAT, got into MBA, pursued my MBA. So to me, it doesn't make any difference whether you're doing it from a university or a college. It is on the content of the course that you're learning. I would still suggest you should maybe pursue it from a college, and a reputed one.
Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any more questions? Yeah, so courses we discussed. I'll just tell you what all job profiles you can look at. So if somebody has done investment banking, can become
Hi,
a,
sir. How are you?
yeah, tell me. Okay, so these are few profiles. There are a lot more: HR, company secretary, secretarial department. All those I'm not capturing. There are too many. I mean, maybe I can create 20 slides for job openings or job roles in banks. So this is one industry. See, if I'm an engineer, there could be that the supply is more, demand of engineers in companies is less. If I'm a mechanical engineer, maybe if I'm an aeronautical engineer, maybe yes, the scope is high. So there are some academic courses which don't result uh, in job assurances because of supply demand gap, right? There are too many engineers today, but no so many jobs. There are too many doctors, but is doctor a good profession? It is a good profession. You will struggle now, but you will make money later. So banking is one such segment where there is no recession, right? Because banking is linked to all other industries, all other segments. You see pharma companies need banking. You need doctors, medical, they need banking. Take any industry, they need banking. So a very safe role to choose for banking. But in that, again, which kind of roles? So when I have to give corporate loans, I need to analyze the company's performance, reading their financial statements. So I become a financial analyst. Auditor, there are a lot of internal audits that happen. So I will become part of the internal audit team. What are the courses that I need to study for all this? There are the base is BBA, BCom. There are advanced courses which are 1 year to 2 year, which are 1 year to 2 year, offered by most of the reputed institutions like IIMs and uh, the know-hows of IIMs, like we discussed, Narsi Monji, you have Symbiosis. All these guys, they offer 1 year to 12, 2 years courses post BBA and MBA. Wealth managers we discussed. Relationship managers, the word says. Credit managers, yes, they are more or like a financial analyst. Even a bank needs to prepare their P&L and balance sheet. So there is an accounts team where you can get into account management of the bank's financials. Any other questions? Else I am done from my
Excuse
side.
me, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Sir, can we do MBA course with CA?
MBA with CA, not a good combination. Because see what will happen, MBA will have lot of practical sessions. They will, so MBA is a 2-year course. In 2 years, maybe
Sir, can we
your
do integrated course like within the time year limit?
MBA and CA. I'm still not clear with your question.
Sir, can we do an integrated course of MBA and CA like within the year limit?
No. No, it's not a good option at all. Why wait for doing your CA with MBA when you can do it with your BBA or BCom?
Okay, sir.
So MBA with CA, deadly competition. I'm sure you will collapse. Don't even dream of it. Okay, MBA itself is a very professional course. There they will not teach you theory. They will put that theory what you learned in BBA into real lively examples where you will be maybe working on a situation. You will be given a situation and you will have to apply the concepts that you learned in BBA and maybe first or second semester of your MBA in your third and fourth semester of your MBA. So that time, as it is, you will not have time to focus on another professional course. So if you want to do CA, please pursue that with BBA, not with MBA. It will be dangerous for you. Yes, please. Any other question?
Any courses related to share markets which we can go for?
Yeah, as I said, you should first don't get into security analysis. First, certify yourself for AMFI. Basic, that is simple. What is one level below equity investments is AMFI. So do Google about AMFI. Visit NSE's office on RK Salai or visit their website. They have enough courses. My suggestion would be start with AMFI because that is the basic of any investment. If you have certified and you have cleared AMFI, which is easy, not difficult, it's a multiple choice question exam. You have the material available. They courier the material by paying the application fee. You can read that and questions are normally come from that only. So it is not a tough job. Finished AMFI and then visit NSE's website where there are a lot of courses that they offer. Their office is in RK Salai, diagonally opposite to the Yellow Pages bus stop.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I am done from my side. In case the questions are over, we can conclude.
Any more questions, children?
So what other jobs will this be used, sir?
What are the?
What are the other jobs this can be used with, like if we study accountant, where and all we can get jobs?
Assuming if you've done your BCom and you've studied your master's say in accountancy, any industry will require an account. No, any industry. If now today TVS company will have a finance team. No, they will make a balance sheet. They will have their internal audits. They will have stock audits. So these financial courses not only are for banking but for any other industry, because every industry will have a every company in every industry will have a finance team, right? Will have a marketing team. My focus, I was asked to talk on careers on banking, hence I said that these can be used in banking. But if you specialize yourself in an accountancy subject, you are free to enter into any industry where accountancy is definitely a segment.
So my mother insists me to take some banking exams. in future, what kind of jobs can I get by writing banking exams?
So those are typically the same jobs, but in public sector banks. So if you want to get into a public sector bank, there are a lot of PO and other exams which you need to do for banking. I suggest you guys are young. You should get into private sector banking. Public sector banking practical approach when you are in that workplace might be limited. Private, there are no specific exams that you need to take. It is basically your BBA. And as I said, please visit Loyola. Just ask them. I'm missing the name. It's been close to 15 years now that I have visited that place, but just go to their office and ask for their online courses. They have at least 40-50 such courses which can not just help you for a career in banking, but it can give you holistic learning which can be used in any sector where where finance is a part of. So my suggestion to you is do a BBA parallelly. If you want to do some diploma courses, there are enough of diploma courses that Loyola offers. There is Indian Institute of IIFM, Indian Institute of Financial Management, Nungambakam. They also offer online courses so that you don't have to, I mean, you will be attending college, right? Morning to evening, you will be in college. At that point in time, if you decide to do a weekend batch, might be a little stressful. You might start avoiding attending classes there. So get onto a online course, take 12 months. These are there are 6 months courses also. Okay. So take 6 months to study. Next 6 months you apply. You write the exam, get a certification. Also, for whoever wants to do an MBA, my suggestion would be start preparing for your CAT, ZAT in your first year of BBA or BCom. This is basically your mental arithmetic to maintain the speed of answering, because you will have very limited time, 2 hours of session and answering many number of questions. Your accuracy and speed skills need to improve. So my suggestion to you is, if you guys want to do an MBA and want to do it from a reputed institute, your CAT, ZAT preparations or any entrance exams, professional entrance exams preparation should be from maybe immediate. If you are in +1, +2, also buy the books for CAT preparation books you get. Go to More Market. People who have already finished CAT will go sell it for few hundred rupees and you can buy it from there. Just online also, you just put CAT preparative question papers. Try solving them. I think 11th, 12th is also a good time. It will help you improve your speed and accuracy.
So, what is the scope for share market, or what do you think about those studies, sir?
So you are telling that if I do something in share market, if I do my academic studies in share markets, what careers will I have, right? Is that the
Yes, sir.
question?
And what are the scope for it?
Scope is humongous. You can become a private advisor. So do one thing. Tomorrow morning, just in case, so tomorrow is a Sunday, markets are closed. So markets are closed on Saturdays and Sundays and on government holidays. So I think next market, I think, is on Wednesday. Monday also markets are open. When I say markets, the NSE, BSE, Sensex, right? So go to any financial channel, CNN, NDTV Profit, morning 8 to 9, just turn on the TV and listen to people. People will say that this company's performance is good and we expect this company's stock prices to rise. This company is not doing good, might fall. There are these. So these analysis are done by these people who have done their academic certifications in security analysis, which is part of your MBA. very difficult a subject for somebody who doesn't like numbers. Very difficult a subject if somebody doesn't want to. If you're not a number guy, please don't get into it. If you love numbers, if you love analysis, then security analysis, it's a very difficult subject. The lowest mark that I also scored there, I can confess here. A very difficult subject. If you're not a number guy, you should not get into it. If you like numbers, if you like economics, numbers and economics, then yes. Hope I have answered your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Any doubts, children? Yeah, I think all their questions are answered. So thank you so much for taking the time to speak to our students. Your insights and perspective were truly valuable, and we were all thoroughly engaged by your presentation. It
My
was a
pleasure.
pleasure. Yeah, it was a pleasure to have you with us, and we hope you enjoyed the experience as much as we did.
Yeah, same here. And my wishes and good luck to all candidates who want to pursue their career in banking. I shall be available for any future clarifications whenever you have. You can maybe have my coordinates from Ms. Sheetal and connect if I can be of some help in guiding you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you once again, sir. Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
students.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.